In my opinion, one of the major reasons why we have so many unnatural looking disasters that are considered natural disasters and so many unnatural events is land grabs, all that stuff. I understand that there's motivations for it, and it's like earthly motivations for it, but also maybe even not intentional, but what it's done as is it's programmed so many of us to think that we couldn't even be here without them. Like if the people would rise up and our government would have to be completely rebuilt from like polls on the internet and stuff like that, people think like we won't exist anymore without them because it's just been programmed in subconsciously, because every time something bad happens we expect them to save the day. Where that bad thing happened was the reason for that was for them to come and save the day. We can't say that for sure. That's my opinion for a lot of it, not every single thing that happens. But now, when people even have those thoughts or are involved in those conversations or something, like it might be time for the people to rise up. They're obviously corrupt. This obviously isn't working. Like people don't want to hear that. They revolt against that because they think in their head like, well, without them there's no us. We need them. We need them to exist. That's what our brains tell us because of what we've witnessed our whole entire lives. Every time something happens, we rely on some aspect of the government. So now, gotta get rid of that thinking. Gotta get rid of that. We'll still be here. This place would be a lot nicer without them ones. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a government. I'm not saying there shouldn't be law and order. I'm not even saying there shouldn't be law enforcement. I think there should be all of those things. I think there has to be those things to prevent anarchy at some point, because tribes will rise up and people will start doing taking land from each other the same way that the elites do it to indigenous and locals and on islands and stuff. It will do it to each other. We'll click up. We'll get groups. People will get armed more, and there has to be a government and law enforcement to keep law and order. But the ones that we have now gotta go. They gotta go, man. If you don't know that by now, we'll still be here without them. We'll be a lot better off. Gotta get rid of that. That's a program in us. Stay up.